With the increasing popularity of the online Pokémon trading card game, the Pokémon brand continues to surge forward in all media, and making competitive play even more accessible to anyone who's ever wanted to try it out. With every new expansion release, it includes a lot of new cards, moves, and regions into the Pokémon Trading Card game, with some of the biggest game changes being the EXs, GXs, and V cards, including others such as Break and Tag Team variants. And on that note, we've decided to put together a list of the top 10 best expansions to have ever been released of all time from the Pokémon Trading Card game. But of course, just before we do go into the video, if you do like this type of content and you'd like to see some more top 10s, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. And with all that said, let's just get straight into it. These are the top 10 best expansions to have ever been released from the Pokémon Trading Card game. Number 10, Team Rocket. Nostalgia is a rather strong presence known to make people look back on things in a much more forgiving and kind way. The classic Team Rocket expansion for the Pokémon Trading Card game is the exception where nostalgia plays a part, but the cards actually do hold up. This set showcased Pokémon with Dark in their name, which alluded to the fact that they were owned and trained by the notorious Team Rocket themselves. Between Dark Charizard, Dark Blastoise, Dark Dragonite, and Dark versions of the original 3 evolutions, there are plenty of cards to hunt down and collect from this set. Number 9, Neo Genesis. As the years have gone by, it's clear that the second generation of games, Pokémon Gold and Silver, and the Pokémon from that generation have a large fandom closer to the original 150 of the Kanto region than you might think. The Neo Genesis expansion was the first set from the card game to feature native Pokémon from the Johto region of the second generation. In terms of contribution to the overall legacy of the Pokémon Trading Card game, this set included both Dark and Metal types, baby Pokémon, and new trainer cards called Pokémon Tools. The cards in the set also included holo rares of Pichu, Typhlosion, Feraligatr, Meganium, and Lugia. Number 8, Gym Heroes. As one of the more vintage sets, not all Pokemon fans may know the unique way Gym Heroes made classic Pokemon more interesting. The set features several Pokemon, with the owner's name relating to the Kanto gym leaders, making for more flavorful renditions of many favorites to fit certain personalities. This makes it a spectacular set to open and go through, as each card is unique thanks to this added human element. Many cards go for high prices due to their age, but playing with and opening these cards is an absolute joy even to this day. Number 7, Generations. Released during the X and Y Break series, this expansion was released to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Pokémon franchise, and had a hugely refreshing amount of original Pokémon, making it to this day extremely sought after. The collector's box and exclusivity of the booster packs generated appeal for this expansion. However, many of the first generation cards were taken from the X and Y series, so for players the price tags may not have been worth figuring out what to do with an oversized card from the Generations collections. Number 6, Primal Clash. Primal Clash brought Kyogre and Groudon to the forefront for its release of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The artwork features both legendary Pokemon's primal versions, featured in the video game as their new Mega Evolutions. The TCG's primal cards are classified as Pokemon EX, like the Mega Evolution. This one also comes with a very large variety of trainer cards, great for anyone who's trying to change their playstyle or create a custom deck. It ended up being a great companion to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and an enjoyable set overall to play. Number 5, Black and White Legendary Treasures. The final wave for Pokemon Black and White came out with a bang. Though the cards predate Mega Evolutions, it still boasts 16 possible Pokemon EX pulls, including those from the Radiant Collection. Comparatively, this set has many holographic cards, making it great for those who like collecting the cards rather than battling. However, this expansion never had any theme decks attached to it, making it a second expansion in the Pokemon Trading Card game's history. This has made it extremely exclusive and one of the more expensive sets to purchase, even though the cards aren't the rarest in the game. Number 4, X and Y Evolutions. The Pokemon TCG did something very unique and risky with the X and Y Evolutions. They completely forewent the newer cards and made a set of complete reprints and retrains of the original era cards. This looks styling, and the art on these cards is very nostalgic, and as already discussed, nostalgia seems to sell. This set did have some new additions with the Mega Evolution cards. The original cards were also power crept to death, and thus were retrained and brought up to speed. Electrode from this set saw some competitive play, but this is mostly a collector's set. Number 3. Skyridge. When it comes to collectible sets, Skyridge is one of the most valuable sets of all times to have ever been released. This was a one-print run, meaning that the cards are extremely rare, instantly bumping up their value. Skyridge is also a rather old set, being out of print for almost 20 years, and this card set also boosts its popularity with amazing looking cards like Charizard and Ho-Oh. This set, as a result, has become quite iconic. Number 2. X and Y Roaring Skies. Roaring Skies is one of those sets that make you question if any other set will live up to it. It's packed with so much power, and due to its age and high rarity cards, it's also quite valuable nowadays. The crown jewel of this set though is without a doubt Shaman EX. Shaman EX was an incredible power card with high splashability in any deck, so much so that almost every deck played it at that time. Other amazing cards in the set included Mega Rayquaza, Wally, VS Seeker, Trainer's Mail, and Ultra Ball. A set with incredible cards both in terms of strength and in terms of numbers. Number 1. Base Set. This was the first ever expansion for the Pokemon Trading Card Game. While newer sets are shinier, cooler, better produced, and definitely stronger, the set that started it all can't be competed with. The base set of the Pokemon TCG had an incredible impact on the landscape of TCGs as a whole. It is one of the most valuable sets of any trading card game, and for good reason as well. This set had iconic chase cards like Mewtwo, Alakazam, and of course Charizard, with the set being so iconic and rare that a single card can be sold for an unbelievable amount as a collection piece. While not the most flashy, the base set is the most impactful without a doubt, and deserves the respect that it gets. And so there you pretty much have it. Those were our top 10 best Pokemon TCG expansions to have ever been released. So what did you think of our top 10? Do you agree? Or perhaps that there's another expansion that wasn't on this list and should have been included. This was just an opinionated list, and there are so many expansions to choose from, and as a result, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. And just before we finish up, if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10s, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. I'll also leave some more Pokemon related content at the end of this video if you would like to check them out. Thanks very much for watching guys, and I will see you all next time.